Elon Musk has recently broken yet another barrier by creating something that might bring everyone to Mars. Is this new creation defying all physical laws? But why are researchers so opposed to it? Join us now to learn everything there is to know about this mad creation. Musk and NASA's collaboration. Elon Musk is no stranger to defying past notions, and he's not just a guy of words. He demonstrates it with his actions. This time, Musk went above and beyond to create something the world has never seen before, something so one of a kind that it defies physics. Elon Musk and NASA have created a lightspeed engine that is quicker than anything seen in the aerospace industry before. They collaborated to attain their common goal of examining every inch of space. They successfully tested a new engine for this trip, making their ambitions a reality. But what makes this engine so unique? There are numerous viewpoints on the lightspeed engine. One of them is the issue of space travel. Elon Musk has long desired to bring people to Mars, and he hopes to have everyone there by 2050. Given Musk's passion and ambition to reach this aim, NASA has been collaborating with them to make this a reality. The concept of space travel is difficult to implement, particularly when traveling to Mars. It is the fourth planet in our solar system, about 140 miles from the Earth on average. It would take at least 7 months for a rocket traveling at 150,000 miles per hour to reach there. Methane is the principal fuel used in rockets nowadays. They're no longer using kerosene. To ensure a successful journey, the methane is prepared ahead of time and loaded into the rockets before they leave the Earth. This is where the actual issue arises. A rocket that consumes approximately 11,000 pounds of fuel per second needs a large amount of fuel to finish its journey. This comes into account when creating a rocket to take on such a dangerous mission because designing spacecraft requires a balance between the weight of the craft. It also needs to reduce the use of fuel as much as possible, no matter which spacecraft we look at. Fuel and supplies are recognized components of each craft's weight. It just leaves a tiny space for the astronauts. The spaceship is around 20 meters above the ground and can bear a thrust of about 500,000 pounds. It's because of the Raptor 33 engine. Despite the fact that this engine is specifically intended to be effective and efficient, it does not have enough fuel to travel to Mars. This is why all of the expeditions to Mars so far have been robotic. They were carried in a lighter rock pocket because there was no need for all the extra fuel and supplies till now, because no astronauts had joined the robots in the journey. If they intend to successfully put the aerobraking into Mars orbit, they will need to add more fuel to an already heavy spacecraft, which will raise the cost. Every market expert, including Elon Musk, believes that the path ahead will be difficult and risky. It would undoubtedly require an alternate route to Mars, or else Musk's efforts would be futile. It goes without saying that need is the mother of all inventions, and Elon Musk and NASA collaborated to develop a new engine. Scientists have created all-common rockets from Newton's third rule of motion, which stipulates that the action and reaction forces are equal in magnitude in opposite direction. This theory is demonstrated in both the Falcon 9 space shuttle and the present Starship. Thrusters are used in all aspects of industry. To generate thrust, they use a fuel like methane that is mixed with oxygen in a combustion form. The hot exhaust then gaseous steam and water. The water is then channeled through a nozzle to accelerate liftoff. However, this lightspeed engine has a unique personality. According to the rules established by the researchers for the agents, according to the rules of spatial relativity, things gain mass as they approach light speed and will only travel without propellants. The engine's concept is to combine it in loops and accelerate it to moderate the speed in the side. They also modify their velocity sufficiently to affect their mass. The ions will be moved back and forth by the engine. It will provide the thrust required to finish the mission. The engine will also assume a helical shape similar to a stretched out string. Except for the ions strapped inside, it will have no moving parts. The electric and magnetic fields of the lightspeed engine uses an electromagnetic drive to get the thrust without a propellant. It is a contradictory propulsion system. David Goodman was the first to demonstrate in detail how, if electromagnetic or ion vibrations can be focused in one direction, they can provide enough force to propel any rocket much quicker. It is capable of propelling the rocket not just quicker, but also farther into space than any other propulsion technology ever employed. It can also easily produce an effective propulsion system capable of reaching speeds of a fraction of a percent of the speed of light. Although the concept of manufacturing propulsion without a propellant is not new. The propulsion system in 1990, Goodwin led a NASA propulsion physics research aimed at developing a propulsion mechanism that did not require one. In 2001, a propellant named Roger Schroyer exploited this occurrence to demonstrate how they may operate with the concept of reactionless drawing. If all of the foregoing is true and the new light engine has so much potential, why are scientists so opposed to it? Scientists from all over the world have always demonstrated how electromagnetic propulsion works. Critics continue to argue that it is too soon to celebrate. It is yet unclear how they intend to use the propulsion. After all, they didn't perform any of the previous jobs in the vacuum. Therefore, there's no proof of its practical application. Some argue that because you can't ionize particles in a quantum vacuum, you can't generate energy. If these investigations evaluate evaluate a minor influence on the device, measurement errors and uncertainties may arise before the project even begins. We would have to consider operating expenses. This technique would necessitate extensive research, which would be costly. NASA has already invested $5 million on it, and we'll still need to figure out how much more money is required to complete the research. Obtaining momentum in rocketry without a catalyst, as this engine attempts, violates not just Newton's third law, but also the law of momentum conversion. The law of conversion of momentum states that if there's no external force acting on an item, its momentum remains constant. This concept has been well established in physics, and it does not appear likely that this new engine will defy conventional physics. All forms of motion in the known cosmos are subject to the same physics. It's still unclear whether the rocket will survive the meteorite encounter. A meteorite approaches the Earth's atmosphere at a speed of 200,000 miles per second, and when it comes into contact with air particles in the atmosphere, it burns rapidly before hitting the Earth. Meteorites, as we all know, are a sort of rock that is tough enough to survive entry into the Earth. Can a rocket equipped with an M-drive withstand the same impact? Is the new engine a success? If this specialized equipment travels at the speed of light, it may burn upon return, which is a bad outcome. If this new rocket does not intend to use its thrusters, it will be unable to land successfully on Mars. Mars's atmosphere is so dense that it can burn the rocket upon arrival, so this spaceship should have a competent propulsion system to avoid one of the teams being burned. A team led by Martian from Dresden University discovered a serious defect in the lightspeed engine. The studies revealed that the push could be originated from other electromagnetic interactions rather than the EM drive. The researchers have also claimed to see some of the identifying faults that other investigations have missed. It has demonstrated that developing a viable lightspeed engine is not difficult. Yet NASA has kept all of these critiques in mind. It is still working on funding in order to provide the finest outcomes possible. They tested an EM drive under conditions comparable to those seen in deep space. These tests show a thrust-to-power ratio 1 to 4 times greater than any predicted estimate for the drive, allowing for deeper discussion of the space. All of this is not the first time Musk has faced widespread criticism over his innovations, whether it is a Cybertruck or a Tesla bot. Criticism has become a part of Musk's existence, but he knows how to deal with it. There's no disputing that NASA and Musk will have to use every ounce of inventiveness to make this equipment a reality. Using Musk's brilliant mind and NASA's dedication, do you anticipate that the united effort will soon produce a brand new lightspeed engine that defies all the rules? In the comment section below, type yes or no. If you like this video, don't forget to turn on all of your notifications and click the video that appears on the screen right away if you want to see more engrossing content. You significantly contribute to the growth of the channel.